What do you make of Klopp's continuing frustration?
I don't think he's handling the pressure particularly well. We've seen it all season. We've seen him moan about the fixture list. We've seen him moan about injuries. We've seen him moan about a lack of 5 substitutions. We've seen him moan about other teams getting more penalties than Liverpool have got. He's now taking it out on the players as well. He's moaning. His actual demeanour hasn't been good. And I think that rubs off on the players. And I think it rubs off on the opposition who see that they're getting at Liverpool at the moment. And Liverpool aren't the confident side. Jurgen Klopp has been at his best when he's all smiles, he's happy, he's compliments the opposition, he cajoles his own players. That's when he's at his best. At the moment, he seems as though he's got a problem with the world and everything about it. So I think Jurgen Klopp needs to have a look at himself and just change the way he's managing at the moment.
Shaka, after the match, Klopp came out and said it was his fault they lost today. You agree?
I'm not sure what more Jurgen Klopp could have done, in all honesty. On the day, as the boys have rightly pointed out, they had possession, they had opportunities, but the final ball just wasn't there. I think quite clearly what you're seeing are bigger issues to Liverpool right now. That front three that have been so reliable, and I know they didn't all start, but they all finished. But that front three who had been so reliable for the last 2 or 3 seasons, all of a sudden firing blanks. And then he has to try to change things, try to rotate, in giving some of them a rest, maybe giving others an opportunity. Origi is not the answer. And as much as Liverpool and Klopp were linked with Timo Werner for a lot of last season, given how we started at Chelsea, maybe they dodged a bullet there. But it showed that they don't have real depth on the bench to go to give players a rest, or to change things, or just to shake things up. And that maybe is Jurgen Klopp's burden to bear. That being said, if you're a Timo Werner and you're highly sought after, or any other player, you're highly sought after by Europe's big clubs, given what Liverpool, or given how good Liverpool have been for the last 2 seasons, you think you just go in there to fit in, to be a bit part player, and that maybe isn't the right option. So it was a tough time for Liverpool to strengthen, and now that's maybe coming back to haunt them.
Robo, it's 5 games now where neither Roberto Firmino or Mo Salah have scored. They didn't start the match today. Do you think that was a mistake from Klopp?
I'm not sure it's a mistake. He must know whether they're fully fit or whether they needed a rest or whatever. I thought when Mo Salah came on, he had 1 or 2 good opportunities. At least he was making forward runs. At least he was trying to make things happen. He was playing off the front, trying to get it again. Firmino didn't really do too much. He had a chance when Trent Alexander had a shot and he tried to deflect it goalwards. But Firmino didn't affect the game. I thought Mo Salah did try and affect the game and looked at probably their best player when he did come on. But what he didn't do, Jurgen Klopp, he made those changes to the team, but there was no energy. Jules just mentioned there was no real energy around the side. When Henderson, who apparently is not fully fit, and Milner are playing, they play with that drive in midfield, they win the ball back. But when you've got Thiago and Shaqiri and Wijnaldum, who wasn't at his best today, there wasn't that dynamism in midfield. So that was one of the problems.
At the end of the day, this match decided by the late penalty. Alisson seemed to not think he was guilty. Shaka, was he?
Yes, he was. Alisson actually didn't catch Barnes with his hands, but he missed the ball, and then his momentum takes him into Barnes. Maybe Barnes wanted to hurdle Alisson. He could have, but that's not his responsibility. If Alisson is committed and his momentum is taking him into the striker, it's not on the striker to avoid that contact. Penalty for me.
Robbo, for you?
I can see why the referee gave it. I thought Barnes actually then put his foot down to try and make contact with Alisson, but once the referee had given it, it wasn't going to be overturned. So, yeah, I'll go along with it.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.